I would try to go slow for the novices here. This is in a dashboard, a WordPress dashboard, and where the themes sit is under appearance. There's themes, and under themes there are usually some WordPress default themes that you might have to begin with. You'll have that one. If you decide to buy Impreza, there's the main parent theme, and then there's the child theme, which you'll see I have active here. That one is not, because it has the word activate there. So you can go in here to customize it, or over here to customize it, and customizing it just goes to a different area, but it's the same result. So the title of the whole site goes up there, and that will be shown on when people do searches as a browser title. Then your site icon can go down here by using the word change image or remove and change image. That it needs to be really small. A 512 pixels is very small and square, and it will usually reduce the size a bit. Now the other thing is you need a static front page if you are going to have an author site that's maybe around your business or something special, and you'll want the static page as a front page. You can also choose to put your blog post down further on that page, and then you'll choose the word the page blog, for your post page, and that is a page that's blank, actually called blog. Tricky, I know, but then it'll redirect to the blog itself. So at the beginning it might just say your latest post, but you can always choose that option there, that to just have a home page depending on what you want. It's all about what you want. Now there's other areas like menus, which I think you should go under appearance to go to the menus to work this out. Now at the moment it's landed on footer menu, because I was sorting out my footer menu, but you can also have main menu. What my menu is called number 2, I can't remember why, and so we'll just select that, and it will bring up what is there already for the main menu that is at the top of every page. So this is the parent, home, then you'll have an about us, then you'll have maybe a section on your books or topic area. That's just about services I provide. That's the blog, which needs its own little menu header, obviously, otherwise people can't find the darn blog. And then maybe a bookstore. If you want to call it bookstore, you could just call it the name of your book. Contact, if you choose to let them contact you, would be a good idea. And then that is where it is, the main menu, and then you can save that menu when you're finished. You can also move these around so that they can be underneath the main level, the top level, and that will be a sub level there. So you can add new pages here, so you can add new pages, start your own author blog, that sort of thing, and the new page will be put down here, right down the bottom, and then you'll move it up to where you want it, like such as there, and across if you want it underneath. See, that one is all the way across there. That's because I wanted it underneath this one here. So don't worry too much about all these other things. You're mainly concentrating on putting your pages on your menu bar. Don't want to be worried about all those other things right now. You can also choose to have a footer menu, is probably a good idea. See that in brackets there, that means that is what the footer menu currently is, rather than the Impreza footer menu, which I don't want. So that is my footer menu there, and that will relate to what is right down the bottom. So especially if you want to put your address or privacy policy, all that stuff, that is just right down the bottom here. And you can lay it out in the widget section, which I'll show you directly. So let's go back to dashboards there. So that's now, you know where that is. So everything, you remember, was under appearance there, customize. So this is the theme I use, the Impreza, and you're always wondering, oh, where do I do this, where do I do that, it's probably going to be in theme options. If you've got any kind of theme, it'll be there, and then it'll have theme options or some kind of thing like options. So this is where you set all the different options for this actual theme. Tricky, huh? So of course it's always going to want to be responsive, and whether you want it right across or with a bit of gap, I go right across. Most of these are set as a matter of course, but when it reloaded it, it made the main area, like the height of it, way too small, so I had to change the header height. And these are the different layouts you've got. You probably won't want the one with a thingy up top. You might want that one or that one, whatever you like. So this is the logo where you put the logo to the right of the header. You can click that over, pretty easy. And the top area height is just how high it's going to go at the top of the logo. So depending on what you want there too. I'll make it a bit more. And so it's all different elements. So that's where I put things that are going to go right at the top of the website, right at the top. So that's an email there. And the social links also often don't work, but anyway, you put the whole social link in, otherwise it does not work. Oh, that's probably why that one's not working. So you have to put the whole one, otherwise it is not going to work. So you just fill out the ones you've got, don't worry about the ones you don't have, and then save changes. Save changes always. Title bar options, it's pretty relative. You don't have to have those little words, the breadcrumbs they're called. Yeah, I'll just stick with medium, it's pretty easy. And you can set your colours somewhere else, so don't worry about that. That's under styling. Styling's where you set all your colours for all your headers and all very confusing things. So your title bar is just one things that go straight across the top on each page. Yeah, so the secondary background of white text just means the one that's set under here in the styling is actually going to be there. It's going to be that secondary one on each page you make that's new. You can also set it in the page as well on any of these four things, choices. Not things, choices. So yeah, the menu options, just to have the height as well as the width. So you might want to play around with it if it's not quite wide enough. Then click save. I think that's alright at the moment. And we were there already. Portfolio, you might not have a portfolio, so we don't worry too much. So here we have blog options. So you want a sidebar usually on the right as normal. And then your post elements, I always have the categories and tags and possibly the comments number. So you always want the sharing buttons, so that comes with it standard, and then the type of buttons, I click all of them, that's what I say. You can choose not to have the author box on each post, but it depends on whether you think you're going to get new people. Previous next navigation just shows you links to the other posts. I always put that on, it's quite good to have. And related posts. So here we have the layout of the blog homepage, or the blog. When people go to the blog section, this is the kind of layout that they will see. So it might default as classic, which is really boring. It's kind of just the title and a bit of an excerpt, which I don't like. I like the small circle image, but you can have whatever you want, just latest posts, classic, whatever. I've got 2 columns because it fits more on, but you might just want one. And I've got excerpt because this is the blog homepage, so I want them to see that there's a few different things they can look at, but of course other people choose full content every time. It's up to you. So yep, there's a few things. You don't have to have dates if you don't want. So the archive's the same thing, same kind of deal. I just keep it as a small circle and 1 post per column. and that doesn't get used much. And the excerpt length is like the number of characters, not the number of lines. You'd never have a 40-line excerpt. So there you go, that's the main blog options. So don't worry about that too much. I don't think it would be confusing. And typography is like, this is where you set the size of all your headings, so don't mess around with that if you don't know what to do. Just leave it there. But sometimes the font size on mobiles, I've noticed, comes out a little big, so you can say -3 if you want to like dull that down a bit. It's kind of big. So regular text is, always keep at 16. It's just easier to read. Yeah, so a lot of people have really tiny fonts, can't stand that myself. So it's good to have a nice size for reading, and it's not so much important about the font as the reading size and the clearness of it. So it's all pretty much set as it was put in. There's add-ons with Impreza, the visual composer you'll be using to do Page Builder in the next video.